They voted to confirm Todd Blanche at 4:30 in the morning by a vote of 50 to 49. You know who votes at 4:30 in the morning? Cowards. Cowards who go by the name of Bill Cassidy.
All considered, I will vote for Mr. Blanche. I'll be criticized for this vote. What's new? But people of Louisiana can be assured that I worked hard to understand the issue and to make the right decision. With that, I yield.
His lip was quivering because he knows what he's doing is wrong.
This country deserves everything that's finna come down the pipeline. Everything. And you know, people think, well, you know, we're all gonna suffer. We are gonna suffer.
If the midterms don't go Trump's way this fall, is there any world in which Todd Blanche stands up to Trump if he's asked to find some fake evidence of voter fraud, or are we screwed now?
We're screwed.
Great. That's what I suspected.
Greetings to you all. Welcome to Red Ninja Network. I'm Mr. Red. We have much to discuss. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
You know this better than anyone, Andrew, what the president is capable of when it comes to obstruction. What is your big concern between now and November?
Well, let me just say for a moment that we have now, as noted, seen this is the death of the post-Watergate norm in Republican and Democratic administrations. It is gone. There is no world that you have Todd Blanche saying that I am not going to do what the president directs. Just to take up the Epstein Transparency Act, let's just remember Todd Blanche during his confirmation hearing said, you know what, we always wanted to turn over all of the relevant documents, but we couldn't until Congress passed the statute. That is false. That is absolutely not true. And you don't have to take it from me. There is a federal judge in New York who made the exact same point.
Did you know that the Attorney General of the United States and Donald Trump's former personal criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche, is in the Epstein files? Well, if you didn't, here's the file. And this isn't the only one. Todd Blanche, who was just confirmed as Attorney General of the United States, is in the Epstein files. Now, I'm not claiming he's done anything nefarious or was connected to Jeffrey Epstein, but emails do show that he was discussing Epstein's criminal case back when Epstein was arrested in 2019. There's Todd Wallace Blanche, along with other redacted individuals. Why do I bring this up? Well, because of the redactions. See, these redactions do not contain victim survivor information. And yet, Todd Blanche, who at the time of these redactions was Deputy Attorney General, oversaw these redactions, and, well, we don't know who he was communicating with back in 2009 about Epstein's case. Todd Blanche at the time was not in the government. He was actually at Cadwalader, a private law firm. And now he's in charge of the Justice Department, and we will never likely know who's under these redactions. So to recap, the Attorney General of the United States, who served as Trump's personal attorney, is in the Epstein files, in files that he oversaw the redaction of, files that we will never know what the true nature are, because he is now the person responsible for the entire Justice Department.
Now listen, I'm not trying to rehash everything that you may have heard about Todd Blanche being confirmed. It's happened. You know, they decide they want to do it under the cover of night because they knew people would be upset. You have people who have given away any shred of balance or morals or decency. That's gone, right? These norms are just completely done. Everyone wants to talk about the swamp and the deep state. This is the deep state right here. This is what we were concerned about. This is what the founding fathers were concerned about. You have a yes man that is now the Attorney General, who happened to be the personal attorney of the President of the United States when he was going through his legal trials, through all the mess that he was going through, being the first president that is a convicted felon, that has been indicted multiple times. The lawyer, your lawyer, the America's lawyer, worked for the president on his legal team for serious crimes. And this man happens to be in the same files that this man doesn't want released. So what do you think is going to happen? And it's just sad that you have people like this Senator Cassidy here, who is on his way out. He's done. Trump didn't even want him back in there. Trump actually fought against this man retaining his seat. And instead of him doing the right thing, they decided to give in. And so it makes you question some things, doesn't it?
I want to be very clear that Senator Bill Cassidy is in fact a spineless loser, Donald Trump simp. That's what he is. He absolutely made the wrong choice yesterday, but I also want to show you this clip because while this does not excuse his behavior, his choice, his vote, there is something to be seen here.
All considered, I will vote for Mr. Blanche. I'll be criticized for this vote. What's new? People of Louisiana can be assured that I worked hard to understand the issue and to make the right decision.
It's the nonverbal language for me. The pausing, the refusing to make eye contact, the quivering of the lip. If you go back and you watch it, you will see his lip quiver. This simply indicates to me that this man, again, not excusing his bullshit because a strong, real man would have stood up and done the right thing anyway. This man was absolutely threatened or had his family members threatened or something along those lines. You cannot convince me that this regime does not operate like a Putin regime, like a mob, like a mafia, all of the above. They threaten these people, they threaten these families, and while it's not right that they don't stand up, it still needs to be identified.
That's a huge problem to me. This is why my worst fears are concerned. The confirmation of Todd Blanche by these people who are essentially leaving. And they can sit there and put on a brave front and say, hey, I did and I voted my conscience. But I believe that that young lady was correct. Something was wrong. Like why would he keep his head down? Why does he act like he wanted to cry? See, none of that makes sense. And unfortunately, it won't be until the damage is fully done that we'll come to understand that this moment in time was something bigger than we knew. How many people right now in the Senate and in the Congress are compromised to the level of Senator Cassidy? What do they have on these people? And that really makes me think. All the people that we see in there who take this money from It's Not Real and from these groups, these PACs, if you will, how many of them are compromised? How many of them have done things in their past that if it were to get out, it would be devastating to them? Do they have something on Bill Cassidy? Do they have something on his family? Is he afraid? How many times have we heard people come on TV and say behind the scenes what their Republican friends say to them about what's going on with this regime, that they say something completely different in the dark than they do in the light? That's a problem. So I'm not excusing anything that he's done either, or that this vote, right? Be a man. Stand up for democracy. You chose to be there. This vote that is so pivotal. It is pivotal because this man, who is the Attorney General, will be used in the upcoming elections against the American people, potentially by DJT. You can't tell me he's not going to use him. He put everyone in place that is going to say yes to him. I find it disturbing that people are so thin-spined. These people are everything that's wrong with the world. These people are everything that is wrong with this country. I want to make one note before I get out of here. I want you to realize that these are the Republicans who own the House, the Senate, the presidency, and they also put their people in there on the Supreme Court. So everything that we're seeing, instead of blaming brown people, instead of blaming black people, instead of pointing the finger at someone else, if you voted in any way for any of these people, this blood is on your hands.
What Bane say? Oh, you think darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. This is what black people mean when they say, yeah, we're all going to suffer, but you're going to feel it because we were born in the dark. You just adopted it. You voted the dark in, right? We didn't see the light until we were already grown. And by then, it was nothing to us but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me. You don't know how to survive. You don't know how to thrive when you're surrounded by misery and despair. Shout out to the Attorney General, Todd Blanche. May the odds be ever in y'all favor.
Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.